What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, retired, legendary, Olympic gold medalist, Hall of Famer, 2-division world champion, superstar, Andre SOG Ward. He weighs in on the situation involving newly crowned, unified, lightweight, world champion, Australian star boxer, George Kambosos Jr. 20 wins, no losses, 10 wins by way of knockout. He is 28 years of age, 5'9", with a 69-inch arm reach. With that said, George Kambosos Jr., he shocked the world when he upset and defeat former unified lightweight world champion superstar boxer Teofimo Lopez on November 27th in New York at Madison Square Garden. Okay, Andre Ward now is a colorful analyst for Top Rank and ESPN. He retired, 32 wins, no losses, no draws, 16 wins by way of knockout. He was 6 feet tall with 71-inch arm reach. With that said, George Kambosos Jr. is now weighing out who he wants to fight next. Now we are in the middle of January, heading into February, and George Kambosos Jr. has yet to make a decision on who his next opponent is going to be. Is it going to be undefeated WBC lightweight world champion superstar boxer DEVIN the Dream Haney, who is 27 wins, no losses, no draws, 15 wins by way of knockout, 23 years of age, stands at 5'8" with a 72-inch arm reach? Or is it going to be two-time Olympic gold medalist, 3-division world champion, former unified lightweight world champion, Vasily Lomachenko, who is 16 wins, 2 losses, no draws, 11 wins by way of knockout. Vasily Lomachenko, 33 years of age, 5'6", with a 64-inch arm reach. With that said, everybody wants to know what's going to be next for George Kambosos Jr. Okay, and Andre Ward, he's seen enough. He's heard enough. He's had enough. Andre Ward was featured on Max on Boxing with Max Kellerman, and Andre Ward, he says he's tired of the drag out. He said George Kambosos Jr. is now dragging it out. He needs to make a decision, and he needs to announce who he's going to fight and fight him. Okay, it looks like they're trying to get in the ring in April, May. Now you have DEVIN Haney fights George Kambosos Jr., it'll be official undisputed showdown because he holds the last piece to the puzzle for undisputed at lightweight. History can be made there. You have a situation where the winner of that fight will hold all 4 major sanction belts. For the first time in history of the sport of boxing, you'll have an undisputed lightweight champion to hold all 4 major sanction belts. And the Ring magazine will be the lineal champion at lightweight. And you're going to get the most money you could possibly get fighting DEVIN Haney, because DEVIN Haney has his own promotional company, DHP Promotions, DEVIN Haney Promotions, with he co-promotes and does business with Matchroom CEO and promoter Eddie Hearn and DAZN, okay? And they're willing to put up big money, and they know that they can pay George Kambosos Jr. the biggest payday of his career, because they just staged the biggest payday of his career when he fought against Teofimo Lopez. It went to a purse bid. George Kambosos was his IBF, International Boxing Federation mandatory challenger. It went to a purse bid. Top Rank, Bob Arum, ESPN, they were unwilling to put up big money for a fight with George Kambosos Jr. They didn't want to do it. And so with that said, they didn't view him in high regards. They didn't feel like they wanted to pay him big money. They didn't feel like he was worth big money to fight Teofimo Lopez. Bob Arum, he stated that it was a cherry pick on the part of Teofimo Lopez, and Teofimo Lopez should have went a different route. Bob Arum also felt like Teofimo Lopez, George Kambosos were allegedly in cahoots to stage this fight and allow it to not come to an agreement in negotiations, but let it go to a purse bid where they would have an outside entity bid on the fight and outbid Top Rank and Bob Arum, because they were unwilling to put up big money. He was 1,000% correct, as he bid 2.3. Matchroom and Eddie Hearn and DAZN, they bid 3.2, and then Triller came in and bid a whopping $6 million. So it initially went to Triller, but Triller dropped out because of the games that were being played. The fight kept continuing to get postponed. It was initially scheduled to take place June 5th. Then it was moved from June 5th because of Floyd Mayweather fighting Logan Paul in Miami. The fight was supposed to be in Miami, so it was moved from June 5th to Juneteenth weekend, the weekend of June 19th. Then it was postponed because it was reported that Teofimo Lopez tested positive for C-19. Then it was moved from that date, to a whole nother date. Then it continued to move. And eventually Triller, they stated that they didn't want anything to do with it. And they dropped out and it went to the next highest bidder, which was Matchroom and Eddie Hearn. So that way, Eddie Hearn, so therefore, Eddie Hearn put up the necessary money for this fight to take place, okay? He put up the big money for this fight, okay? And that was the highest payday of George Kambosos Jr.'s career. So now George Kambosos, he initially stated it was about legacy and entertainment for the fans, and he wanted the fight to be in the Down Under, his hometown of Australia, okay? Well, Devin Haney is willing to oblige him. He's willing to go to Australia. Devin Haney is also willing to, he's now, taking every measure possible that he needs to be able to go to Australia to fight George Kambosos Jr. And they're going to give him the highest payday of his career. Well, Devin Haney and former IBF super featherweight world champion, Mexican superstar boxer Jojo Diaz, they fought the very weekend after George Kambosos upset Teofimo Lopez, November 27th. They fought December 4th, and he outclassed Jojo Diaz. Then Gervonta Tank Davis, undefeated 3-division world champion who campaigns at the lightweight division, he fought December 5th, the very next day, against Isaac Pitbull Cruz, Mexican star boxer, in a fight he won. But George Kambosos Jr. at the time said he wanted to fight the more entertaining fighter. He admitted that Devin Haney was the more entertaining fighter of the night. Well, then another fight was taking place the following weekend. That was Vasily Lomachenko versus Richard Comey, former IBF lightweight world champion, star boxer Richard Comey. He dominated Richard Comey. He dropped Richard Comey, and he won a unanimous decision. So with that said, he then stated he liked how Lomachenko is moving. He liked the direction he's going in, and that's a possibility. Well, Bob Arum is just not willing to pay George Kambosos Jr. the big money. Now, Bob Arum, he's came out and he stated now, legendary promoter, top-ranked CEO and promoter Lomachenko. He came out now and he stated that he was willing to compete with Eddie Hearn as far as the purse bid goes, to a degree, because Lomachenko has become the WBO soon-to-be mandatory challenger for the winner of, for George Kambosos Jr. WBO title. And so Bob Arum says that, he knows he's possibly going to have to go to, a bidding war with Eddie Hearn, DAZN, over, Devin Haney and Lomachenko. So Andre Ward, he says he's tired of all of the tug of war. He says that he's tired of the back and forth, and he says that now George Kambosos Jr. is dragging it out. He's making it too much of a process unnecessarily, and he needs to make a decision and make a fight happen and announce who he's going to fight. Just make it happen already. He said that he's watering it down, and I agree with Andre Ward. Okay, Devin Haney is going to oblige you. Okay, Devin Haney. Now, Andre Ward said he don't have a dog in the race. He don't care if it's Devin Haney. He gave the reasons why it should be Devin Haney. And then Andre Ward said he don't care if it's Lomachenko, and he gave the reason why he feel like it could be Lomachenko. But he says he don't have a dog in the race. He don't care who it goes to, okay? And so with that said, I agree with Andre Ward, okay? You said that you wanted the most exciting fighter. You stated that Devin Haney was the most exciting fighter. It wasn't about money. It wasn't about purses. It was about legacy and entertainment. Well, you're going to get all of that fighting Devin Haney because you state Devin Haney was even more exciting than Lomachenko. Okay, you're going to get the biggest purse of your career fighting Devin Haney. It's going to be for a legacy fight, opportunity for a legacy fight to create history. And he's going to oblige you to come to Australia, and he's doing everything that you asking him to do. Well, he turned that into Devin Haney needs to sell his jewelry to be able to pay him the money he's looking for, okay? Well, now on the flip side of that, you like the way Lomachenko is moving. Well, Bob Arum and Top Rank are not going to overly pay George Kambosos Jr. to fight Lomachenko. Now, Bob Arum is saying that they don't mind going to Australia, but I have a hard time believing that they're just overly joyed about obliging him and going to Australia, okay? But nonetheless, Lomachenko, you know what you're getting in Lomachenko. He's not a world champion. He has a big name, and he's accomplished in the sport. So you know what you're getting from Lomachenko. So what are you dragging it out for? At one point, he tells Devin Haney that Devin Haney needs to make a decision, and Devin Haney needs to get him the biggest offer and send it over quick because he has a lot of people waiting in line to fight him. Okay, but then in the same token, he's saying that he got 3 options. Who's the option? Who's the choice going to be? He's putting up polls and asking the fans and saying that, you know, he wants to fight the best that there is. Well, just go ahead and fight Devin Haney. I agree with Andre Ward. He's dragging it out. He said it wasn't about money, but it seems like it is about money. Obviously, he's a prize fighter, so of course it's about money. You know, but you said you wanted to be in your hometown. It should be simple, okay? Devin Haney is going to Australia. He brings a belt to the table, and it's a legacy fight, and you're going to get your biggest payday. So it seems like it should just be simple mathematics, and it should just be 1 + 1 = 2. You fight Devin Haney, you beat Devin Haney in Australia, then you fight Vasily Lomachenko on the back end. Period. You accomplish history. You beat Devin Haney. You're officially undisputed. Nobody can dispute if you're undisputed or not. You beat Devin Haney. Now you're officially undisputed. You move on from there. You get the biggest payday. You get to fight at home. You get to officially announce that you're the best fighter in the division. Then you go on and you fight Lomachenko. You look to fight Gervonta Tank Davis. You make the big fights happen. But he definitely is dragging it out. And this fight should have already been announced. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Raw. Make sure you like your shitty videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Oh, it is your boy Jada Kiss. Make sure you check out Blue Blood Sports TV. It's going down.